There comes a moment in grief when pain stops screaming. It doesn't disappear, doesn't heal. It simply settles. Quiet, heavy, permanent. For Arif, that moment arrived on a morning that looked like any other. Sunlight slipped through the thin curtains, touching the stack of unsent letters on his table. Dust floated lazily in the air. The world looked normal. Inside him nothing was. He had spent months drowning in regret, clinging to memories like wounds he refused to let close. But now, exhaustion had replaced anger. Crying no longer came easily. Tears required energy he no longer had. He felt empty. That emptiness scared him more than pain ever had. Because pain meant love was still alive. Emptiness felt like betrayal. That morning, Arif did something he hadn't done since Mira died. He stepped outside without purpose. No destination. No plan. Just movement. The city felt unfamiliar, even though he had lived there for years. Streets he once rushed through now seemed slower, quieter. He noticed things he had ignored before. The old man feeding birds, a woman selling flowers, children chasing a deflated football. Life was still happening. And that realization filled him with guilt. How could the world continue when Mira didn't? As he walked, he found himself standing in front of the small publishing house where Mira had worked. The signboard was slightly faded. For a moment, he considered turning away. But something inside him refused. He walked in. The smell of paper and ink hit him instantly. It was exactly how he remembered. A woman behind the desk looked up. "Can I help you?" she asked kindly. Arif swallowed. I'm here about Mira." The woman's expression softened. "You're Arif, aren't you?" she said. "She spoke about you often." The words crushed him. "She kept this here," the woman continued, pulling out a thin folder. "Said if anything ever happened to her, you should have it." Arif's hands shook as he took it. Inside were drafts of letters. Dozens of them. Letters Mira had written, but never given him. He sat down slowly, afraid his legs would fail him. The first letter began. "Dear Arif, I write these when I miss you even though you're still here." His chest tightened. She had written about small moments. Him tying his shoelaces absent-mindedly. Him falling asleep during movies. Him smiling when nervous. She had written about love that didn't demand, only hoped. One letter read, "If love is patience, I have loved you perfectly." Another said, "I wonder if someday you'll read these and finally hear me." Arif couldn't breathe. All this time, he thought he was the one left with unsaid words. He was wrong. She had been carrying her own silence. Outside, rain began to fall softly. The woman at the desk watched him quietly. "She believed people don't leave because they stop loving," she said. "They leave because they stop feeling seen." That sentence followed Arif for days. He began reading Mira's letters every night, just like he read his own. Two voices now filled the silence. His regret and her gentle love. For the first time something shifted. He realized Mira had not loved him in hopes of changing him. She had loved him as he was. And that realization hurt more than anything. One evening at 6:40 p.m., Arif did not go to the window. Instead, he sat at the table and untied the blue ribbon. He read every letter he had written. Then he took a deep breath and did something terrifying. He wrote one final letter. Not to apologize, not to beg, but to let go. "Mira," he wrote, "I kept writing to punish myself. I thought suffering was proof of love. But you never wanted my pain. You wanted my presence." His hands steadied as he continued. "I can't undo my silence. I can't answer the call I missed. But I can carry what you taught me forward." When he finished, he didn't add it to the bundle. He folded it carefully. The next morning he returned to the roadside library.